being interviewed on TV. First of all, congratulations on getting the fourth fight. Just give me your thoughts.
I'm really pleased to get it done. I thought the last fight was very close. When I got in the ring, I thought they'd give it to Arthur Abraham because it was close. But what we saw was some outrageous judges' scorecards, and I think really that's magnified the errors of the judges, and it's enforced the rematch. A lot of calls by British fight fans and celebrities and politicians and football players. I'm really pleased to get it made. We start off with a big world title fight on January 23rd with Crawler, and now we're in a position where we can do that with Paul Smith and Arthur Abraham in February.
Alright, do you believe the eyes will be on the scorecards this time?
I think so. I think that the focus will be with the WBO to put in some real top quality judges and refereeing. I think as well that'll be in the mindset of judges that last time the judging wasn't great. It's difficult being a judge because you've got the noise every time Arthur Abraham throws a punch while the crowd go mad, but you've just got to try and keep in the moment, and I'm very confident in the WBO, and I think we'll get a fair crack at the whip.
Was there a possibility of coming to Liverpool?
Not really, but it needs to be a pay-per-view fight, and to bring someone like Arthur Abraham here, he's on a lot of money, German TV pay a lot of money, so it was always going to be pretty much in Germany.
Kell got his new deal as well with the Germans.
Yeah, Sat1 is the first of their shows, and O2 in Berlin, which is a great stadium. So everything works out perfectly.
We've also got David Price coming on Sky Sports as well. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, it's great. Look, the UK heavyweight scene's flying at the minute, and David Price is a quality fighter. So great to have him on the bill. There'll be loads of scousers out there, and it's roll on for a big 2015 for him.
With David Price on the card, is there a possibility of Anthony Joshua fighting in the summer?
I think so. All those fights. Even Chisora, who lost recently, Fury, of course, Price. They're all massive fights for Joshua. So, he's just got to keep progressing. He's got a great fight with Kevin Johnson on January 31st. We've sold over 8,000 tickets for that already. So, we're in a great position with Joshua, and he's just got to keep training hard and working hard. And he's going to be a future heavyweight champion of the world for sure.
Alright, there was a Twitter war going on between you and Frank Hearn. What was actually going on? Was it true what you were saying? He called you a liar?
He said, I said that obviously I knew what Chris Eubank Jr.'s purse was for the BJ Saunders fight. I didn't disclose what it was, I don't wish to do that, but he then came on and said he spoke to Chris Eubank, who never asked me for my advice, never would, and I'm a liar. So I just asked him, if that was the case, why did he send me an email with the contract asking for my advice? And then he went quiet quite quickly, and I showed the email in the Kugan Cassidy's interview. So, obviously when you get called a liar, you've got to stand up for yourself, but we were asked our advice, and as it happens, it was a very small purse for the size of the fight that it was.
Alright, we've got Gennady Golovkin was Martin Murray on terrestrial TV. What do you think of that? Was there any chance of it being on Sky Sports, or was it just with Channel 5?
No, it's great. It's great that fight's on Channel 5. We're on the same night.
Yeah.
We're arranging so that it doesn't clash. It wasn't my decision to put this fight on the same night. It was Germany date from Kell, so it's a great fight. Listen, the more boxing on TV, the better.
So if Martin Murray and Gennady Golovkin and Paul Smith Abraham be on the same time, will they have to change it, or will
I think we're talking about Abraham Smith going slightly before Golovkin and Murray.
Alright, so you're planning on moving to America, matchroom going to America. So if the fights happen there, will you consider the UK fans? The fights to be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning?
First and foremost, the UK is our market.
Yeah.
That's our home. We're always looking to diversify, and we're in great talks at the moment with people in America about doing shows out there. So, I think the focus will always be the UK fight fans, but I think what you'll see is bigger fights being made for UK fighters, which I think is good news for everyone.
Alright, so you've got Amir Khan versus Alexander on Saturday. You're flying out tomorrow. Does this bring Kell, Brook and Amir Khan closer by any possibility?
Well, everyone wants that fight, in my opinion, and I think it'll end up happening. I can't see Khan getting a Mayweather fight. If he does, great for him. I expect him to deal with Devon in style, and then hopefully we can give everyone what they want, in this country, which is Brook against Khan.
With Amir Khan fighting, not Amir Khan, Kell, Brook, will it be mandatory?
Could be. That would make sense to get that out of the way, and Dan against Bizier will be a good fight. And I think Kell could face the winner.
What other opponents have you got lined up for?
Well, we were going to fight Josecito Lopez in December. That's who we were going to fight. He's still an option. Ortiz is a bit over the hill now, although he fights this weekend, so it'll be interesting to see how he looks. I'd love the Juan Manuel Marquez fight, and they're the kind of fights I think we have to focus on if we don't get the Amir Khan fight. So Massive fights. Yeah, possibly. I think we want to get the mandatory dealt with, and obviously Kell's coming back from that horrific injury as well. And I want him to have that big Sheffield fight, in the spring. So that's definitely on the agenda.
What's going on with Ricky Burns' career as well? Because the problem with Frank Ryan going to explode. But what can we see Frank Ryan the next year, 2015?
Yeah, I'm just closing off a big fight for him in America actually at the moment. We'll announce that probably next week. Just got the contract last night, so I'm just going over that, and he's ready to go back down at
light. World title,
possibly, yeah, or an interim title. And I think that Ricky really wants to change again to America. He's had a rough ride, and this is a big opportunity, big money fight for him. So fingers crossed we get that made.
He'll be at the WBC convention as well. Will that bring Stefan Smith's fight any closer?
Yeah, Stephen Smith definitely. I mean, you call him Stefan, I call him Stephen. But I think that he's definitely on the agenda. He's had some terrible luck with injuries and an illness with his kidneys recently, made him miss 2 fights. So he's ready to go in big fights. He's highly ranked across the governing bodies. He's a WBC silver champion as well. So he's looking for that world title shot in 2015.
Finally, give me a prediction this weekend. Amir Khan, or Andy versus Kabravi. I love Andy Lee. I think he's such a nice bloke. Can't see him beating Korobov. I hope I'm wrong. I think Amir Khan will beat Devon Alexander by a wide decision. Maybe even a late stoppage, but probably by decision. Alright, and just tell us a bit about 2015, what's matching going to be going?
Well, listen, it's great. I mean, we've got Crawler against Abru. We're trying to do it for next week. He's due to pick his visa up next Wednesday. So hopefully he can get over at the end of next week. January 23rd, Paul Smith. And then we've got the O2 show on January 31st. We got Kell Brook on March 7th, being Leeds in March. Also, looks like Manchester, end of March. We got Bradley Saunders and Joshua in Newcastle on April the 4th. We're supposed to be in Liverpool as well. We want to come to Birmingham as well, just for you.
Thank you.
But that's a market that we haven't quite got into yet, and we hope to do that as well.
All right, thank you for giving your time to view your box of the year.